Well, hey, Vic, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel, honey. Let's kind of have a quick chat. Let's get into some things. All right, y'all. So this isn't necessarily like a quick chat or whatnot, I guess. But listen, here's the thing, because you also see that I'm in my car, right? But there's been different things going on around the world, and I was thinking about like doing a video called around the world, okay? Different topics that I may come across, and I want to bring it back and discuss it on my channel, real world events, politics, whatever, okay? Things that's just out there and just happening, okay? Outside of the gossip realm, right? With the celebrity news and stuff. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into our first story. And I want you guys to give me your thoughts and comments about this as well. Let me know if you're liking the around the world video. No, it won't always take place in my car, right? But I ended up having to bring my mom to an appointment, and they say only she could be in there, not me. I was like, well, that's fine, girl. I go to my car, girl. I don't want to be in this cold ass place. No way, Suzanne. So bye. Okay. Anyway, so I decided to go ahead and like let me film this or whatever. So if I get it out the way, I don't have to worry about it later. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into like the first thing that's up here for me, girl. And it's gonna be Miss Girl down there in New Orleans. Okay. Now y'all know New Orleans has been dealing with a lot as far as Hurricane Ida. But it seems like prior to Hurricane Ida actually getting there, Miss 911 girl, Miss 911 operator girl, um decided that she wasn't going to answer people's calls when they called when it was an emergency and they needed her help. Okay, she decided that she was going to pick up the phone and she was going to hang up. That's just how she is. That was what she going to do. And I'm over here like, girl, was it your last day? Like first of all, were you that lazy? If not, was this your last week being an operator and you was like you was going to get back at these people or something like that, girl? But ultimately you was getting back at the citizens. Which one was it? Which one was it, girl? Why was you over there hanging up on these people? I think she did it for like 1 or 2 days or something like that. And I don't know how they caught it. Obviously, they must screen their calls and find out that Miss Girl was up there hanging up on people. Child, and I hate to say this, y'all, at least she hung up on them, child. It's been a time where I've had to call 911 for somebody, and girl, they didn't even answer the phone. Girl, they didn't even pick up. Girl, it was like 9 o'clock at night. I said, girl, I know y'all there. I know somebody hear me ring-a-ling-a-linging. I know y'all hear me ring-a-ling-a-ling. Girl, somebody can answer this motherfucking phone. But Miss Girl was like, I'm just gonna pick up and hang up. Well, maybe shoot, maybe just not getting no answer at all is better than being hung up on, child. I can't take it, girl, because they damn sure didn't answer my call. So I'm like, girl, what y'all be going through over there? As an operator, 911, what y'all be going through? That you was gonna sit up there and just hang up on folks. Now, had it been your people, you would have been mad. So now Miss Girl is facing some charges. I believe her charges could be up to like 5 years or something like that, all because you picked up a phone and hung up. Girl, I bet you won't hang up no more calls. Okay, and you up there hanging up calls, you gonna mess around and be in a jail cell, and you only gonna be able to get what 3 minutes to talk to somebody, and then they gonna be hanging up on your ass on the inside. Girl, I ain't got time. Honey, y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on Miss Operator Girl that was up here hanging up on the folks, on the citizens that was calling about emergencies that was going on. Girl, you probably sat up there. Somebody probably was being abused. You could have saved some people. Now we know it may take some time for the police to get there, but still, girl, that could have been around the corner. You could have helped save some people's lives. This is the job that you chose, the job application that you filled out. All right, that'd be one thing about it. People be hating their jobs, they be truly feeling away. But it's two things. Number one, you apply for the job, you filled out the application, girl, interview for it, all of that, you're here. All right. Number two, you don't like it, baby, move on. You don't have to sit here. You don't have to stay here. Please go where you're highly appreciated. And if you feel as though this job is not the one to appreciate you, then girl, go ahead on about your business. Okay. People be overstaying they welcome when they begin signs knowing they need to move on. Just move on then. Okay. But those are my thoughts on that. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on, like I said, Miss Operator Girl, Miss 911 Operator Girl. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the next thing, honey. Speaking of operator girl and going to jail and getting locked up, honey, it looks like the inmates down there at Rikers Island was forced to run their area by themselves. I believe it was two different areas within Rikers Island where None of the guards showed up for a whole 24 hours. I don't know if these people was on strike, but everybody is fed up this pandemic. People is motherfucking tired. Hear me clearly. Okay. These guys had to run everything by themselves. I believe it was like a rapper out there by the name of 2 Millie who had to phone call somebody and just give them the details and let them know that a lot of the inmates, including himself, was out there running their floors accordingly. Okay, so I'm like, how did y'all know it was time for y'all to go eat? Maybe y'all knew. I don't know how that works. I don't know if they be like, hey, get up, let's go, time to eat, or y'all just walk over there like, hey, y'all, it's 12 o'clock to go. Like, how does that work? Okay, they had to run it for a whole 24 hours. So I'm over here like, what did that look like? What did that look like? Imagine being somebody in prison and you probably got issues with a group of guys or something like that, and it ain't no guards around at all to help you, and you done got your stumped out. Okay, that was the perfect opportunity. Child would have closed that door and locked it. I would have been stuck. I would have just been stuck in my room for 24 hours till they came back. I can only imagine what that was like for those individuals. And then I heard that Rikers Island is just like a terrible prison in general. And I'm over here also wondering about Jeffrey Weinstein, honey. Ain't he over there in Rikers Island? Was he a part of one of those units that was having to be ran by the inmates? What's going on with that? Or did y'all move this man like you requested to be moved, honey? Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on inmates over there at Rikers Island being forced to run their own cell and everything going on over here. I think it was like 2 different units within that big old building, that prison, that had to run everything by themselves because the guards didn't show up. Honey, y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on that. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to something else. Let's get on to this man right here, child. I can't even. What is this man's name, child? Eugene Dagley, Doogly, whatever. Eugene D. So it was a news reporter. I don't know if you guys saw that clip, but I definitely saw it. I think I typically find my stuff on TikTok before I end up seeing it on IG. So I see this man, this black news reporter out there reporting on the beach, talking about the storm and how it's coming and this and that and what's happening within the areas and stuff. And next thing you know, I see a truck in the background pull up. Right. So as they see the man pull up, he get out of his car. The black man, the reporter, turns his body so that they wouldn't get a shot of the guy, but more so a shot of the ocean. Girl, little did they know, Mr. was coming over there to harass them. He got out his car, ran over there to talk to them, to go off on them or whatever, feeling like they're messing up everything because he's out there reporting on it. And he's just being like really irate and really upset, so much so that he ended up getting into the reporter's face while this man is live on camera. Okay, so he assaulted the man pretty much. Okay, and they ended up getting the situation straight. Of course, they didn't show us everything else that happened. Like once the guy ran up in the news reporter's face, they didn't show us everything that happened. But we learned that the black man was okay, which is good. And here it is. They are charging Mr. Man. Okay, they are definitely charging him with him running up on the reporter, and I feel like that should be a different level. Okay, not only did you assault him, but you assaulted him on live TV in the middle of him doing his job. So he need to have a few charges on him because he was out of line for that. And you over there venting, and this man trying to keep your citizens in your area safe, keeping them updated on what's going on in the area, and you going over there fussing and cussing and yelling at them. Sir, you need to be trying to save yourself. Save yourself. Get in that pickup truck, load up and get the hell on. Go out there and save yourself. So he was out here, child. Just, girl, I don't know what this man was on. I don't know if he was smoking, if he was sniffing up a little some, shooting. I don't understand if he was drunk. But this man over here minding his business with his camera crew, and you decide to get out your car and go mind their business as well. Now, had that van, which he probably did, swung off on you, you would have deserved everything that you had gotten. You would have definitely deserved everything that you had gotten. So, I wouldn't be surprised if he did swing on him, and what ended up happening, they just didn't show us that piece. Okay. But you guys leave your thoughts and comments down below if you know anything about that story, because that right there was a whole mess. Let me tell y'all what else is a whole mess. Y'all MFers out here with this unemployment assistance, out here running frauds and scams and stuff, out here collecting unemployment from other states, dear. Okay. Let's talk about that. Y'all out of line for that, honey. Y'all out of line for that. Now maybe y'all could have did it in 1 or 2 states, but honey, y'all ain't had to go three or four or however many. Okay, like that. Okay, y'all ain't have to go that far. So it seems like down there in Florida, all these men got caught. And between all of them, they ran up about $555,000 worth of unemployment fraud scams across multiple states, baby. Multiple. Girl, they probably hit the whole Southeast. I'm talking about Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, child. They probably went to Alabama. Then when they got a little bit over there in Mississippi, then tapped over there in Louisiana as well. Ain't no telling. And probably went all the way up there to Tennessee just to get a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because they was being greedy. And then messed around and got themselves caught. And here it is. Everybody's locked up. But here's the thing for me. In order for y'all, and this is what I think, in order for y'all to like run these scams and feel so comfortable in whatever you're doing like this with unemployment, my question is, who was the person within unemployment that made y'all think this was cool? That gave y'all leeway to be like, hey, this how I go, this how the process is. Like, hey, I got a plug over here. Y'all should, like, who was it in the unemployment office that told y'all, yeah, y'all should do this? Because other than that, I'm like, who else is tapping into their systems to even put money into y'all accounts? You know what I'm saying? Who is plugging in this information? So just as much as y'all arrested these black men and y'all got their faces everywhere, they done took their money trying to provide for their families or whatever, they done took the state's money or whatever. What about these employees? Because I'm sure they probably got something in on the back end and don't nobody else know y'all system like those unemployment workers that know the system. So I would want, at least that's what I would want to believe. So what about them? Right. So what about them? Let's go and figure out who was out here working with them. Because I just refuse y'all to believe that y'all done came up on $500,000. Hello, across multiple states, and y'all ain't have no help from the government. Nobody that works for the state. Honey, okay. Y'all should have did a better job than that, honey. I don't know if they use different names, but the same bank accounts, or if they open multiple bank accounts. But they definitely got caught, and I do believe that is happening in multiple places. Okay, in multiple places. And I know because somebody had mentioned this. Somebody was telling me about their situation, and I was like, "Ooh, honey, are you sure this gonna be cool?" You know what I'm saying? So I definitely believe people out here doing it. I don't know if the person I know when it did. I hope they ain't going to do it, child, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay, that ain't none of my business. And I would advise you to not do that. Okay, but that's not my life. That's not my business. So do what you do. Just watch my shoes. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to something else as we speak on unemployment and stuff, because I believe Georgia ended their unemployment sometime earlier in the summer, I think. I feel like Alabama did the same thing. I feel like it could have been like 3 states or something like that in the southern states, because you know these Republican southern states, they always got to be in alignment with each other for some reason. Okay, they all be having their own hidden agenda, child. I wouldn't be surprised how many of them have LLCs together and other businesses that they run it, and how many other shell companies they got within companies that you're gonna have to dig and find just how well they all are affiliated with each other. But anywho, let's go ahead and move on to somebody else as it pertains to like unemployment and stuff and people getting jobs. Let's talk about Ted Cruz, who always got some mouth, always got something to say. But when you had the opportunity to say and do for your state, when they had that entire winter war, is what I'm gonna call it. Okay, when y'all had that winter war, he decided to go ahead and skip out of town and fly his whole family to a warmer place, and then turn around and lied and said, oh well, I only went because my daughter wanted to go and I wanted to make sure she and her friends were straight or whatever. Full of SHI and a piece of a T. He left y'all out there to fend for y'all mother and selves out there in Texas, baby. Okay, that's what they do. They be all out here for their mother and stuff. They do not be out here for y'all. And then he had the audacity to turn around and say, this right here. I guess it was like a statement about it not being enough jobs or people not being able to get back to work and stuff. And he was like, lies, honey. It's plenty of jobs out here. Plenty of people are hiring. Y'all basically, in so many words, y'all just lazy as hell. Get your ass up, go work, go make a coin. Although some of that may be true for some, I don't believe that's true for everybody. Like, Y'all ain't even paying these people enough. Prices have gone up. Boxes of things have slimmed down. Groceries ain't even what they used to be. Okay, a lot of y'all companies use this pandemic as a way to finesse. All right, so it wasn't just citizens out here trying to finesse. Hello. All right, it was y'all corporations and stuff out here finessing as well, laying these individuals off, knowing that your company isn't threatened in any capacity, but you just want to lay them off to kind of possibly save your ass. And then what you're probably going to do is rehire for those same positions and not pay those people as much. So if you were making 80,000, they're probably going to rehire people somewhere between the range of 50 and 60,000. Okay, so people bills and stuff are still high, and they not making what they used to make, and you want them to go and work a job and make $11 an hour. Now granted, I do understand you got to go out there and do what you got to do, but still I feel like the pressure and the weight is put on people to get back to work, but none of the pressure and the weight is put on these companies to up the wage for these employees. Y'all get these people in these positions, y'all pay them less money, and then sit up there and devalue them the entire time that they're working for y'all. That don't make no sense. Okay. And one thing about me, I'm definitely not going to overstay my welcome for no motherfucking body. Okay. I am not my grandparents. Hello. I am not none of these elders that done sat up here and worked a job for 50, 60, 20 years. Okay. You got me fucked up. Okay. We don't live in those times anymore. So, but all in all, when I see him, I be cringing. I really just be wanting Ted to shut the fuck up. Okay. He ain't out here doing nothing, honestly, to help the people. And then you want to sit up here and tell people to go out and get them a job. But, you had a lot of people in the comments that actually agreed with him. And I understand where he's coming from. But at the same time, as you're going to be out here demanding more of citizens to get back to work and stuff, also demand more of these companies to pay these people, because the shit is not changing. Okay. Everybody, then people were like, oh, y'all knew that stuff was coming to an end. Yeah, they did know that it was coming to an end, but at the same time, they still have to get readjusted to getting back out there. Because I'm thinking about the people with the kids and stuff, right? The people that were able to either stay at home and not have to put their kids in childcare, because it ain't like the unemployment. And that's the other thing. I think people be thinking unemployment be giving these people a lot of money. I don't think unemployment give these people a whole lot of damn money. If it's a person that got like multiple kids, they got to put their child through daycare and all this stuff like that. Like, they were able to save some money by keeping their kids at home, because daycare damn near costs how much a mortgage costs on a weekly basis. I was like, oh, girl, if I had thought about having another child, girl, let me clutch, honey, because y'all is expensive. Girl, I might have to be a stay-at-home parent. Fooling with y'all. Okay, because I'm not gonna be able to afford them expenses, girl. I will be with this child until they ready to go to Head Start, and I'm gonna be fighting my ass off to get them in Head Start. Do you hear me? For the public schools that do take it, baby, get on in here. All right, because mama ain't gonna be able to afford that, because it ain't like how it was when my child was young. Okay, paying them little $80 every week or whatever like that, going about my business. Hello, my baby learning Spanish and every other thing. Girl, bye. They charging y'all more and giving y'all kids less. Anywho, I don't went on a damn tangent about that. You know what I'm saying? But right now, as people transition, I guess, back to the normal, things are definitely hard for them. And then it's like, y'all want people like, get out here, go work, go get a job. Go get a job. Yeah. So some of these people have health issues. Some of these people are afraid of this virus to get out there and start working. Like, I know we want to act like everything is getting back to normal, but people are still out here dying, child. People still out here catching this virus. People still dying. Whether they want to heavily report on it like they were in the past or not, the facts are the facts. Whether you vaccinated or you're not vaccinated, they dying. Like, period, point blank. Okay, so it's a very unfortunate situation. People just, assess your situation, what's going to be best for you. Ultimately, how the capitalist world is set up, you're going to need some type of job. You're going to need some type of funding to even have some type of lifestyle. Now, even though the money that they out here offering, you ain't going to be able, it's not going to allow you to sustain a successful lifestyle, child. You still gonna have to get out here and do what you can do. Unfortunately, it may be that you have to go back to school. If you got to go back to school, get that student loan money to take care of your family or whatever while you level up, and then go out and get better jobs. It is what it is. But I I just kind of hate that when people be trying to put it off on folks being lazy and stuff. And it's like everybody has their own different circumstances. You don't know what these people out here going through. You don't, just because you don't have 4 kids or you don't have 2 kids or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you, just because you may have help with your kids and this, like, you just don't know people's situation, right? They act like these people brought the virus themselves. They didn't. And that's the other thing. It's like, when it comes to America, they love talking about free money. Y'all been getting money free. Y'all been getting money for free. Well, bitch, I tell you who really been getting money. People over there overseas. This ain't got shit to do with us, but we be all up in their countries trying to see what's going on over here, sending them money and stuff like that to take care of them and whoop de whoop de whoop. And some people say, oh, well, that's because they don't have half as many resources or whatever as we do. Well, then why the hell is America over there? Because America ain't over there just to be over there, just to help them. America never does that. So they must be getting something on the back end as to why they're giving them any incentives. I don't know if it's because they digging in oil or something like that, or they got access to some diamonds and some gold or something like that. But they over there for a reason. They're not just over there for free to act like, woo, 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 everything's great. Okay, I don't care what they tell you in the media. So they over there for a reason. All right. But again, you have your own people living here in this very country, and y'all not even trying to take care of them. People can come from overseas and have incentives. Hello, I already have things in order to go ahead and get a business start. But if you live here in America, girl, you better get it how you live. Period. Yikes. Okay. But yeah, so that's all I have on that. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on the whole Ted Cruz and all his other motherfucking shenanigans, honey. Okay, let me go ahead and go back to something else. Let's talk about Miss Melania and her husband DT. DT then figured out a way to get back in the public eye, even though he didn't got banned from damn near every site. Figured out a way to get back in the public eye so that he could discuss some things with the kids. And it looks like Melania is saying that she has no interest in honestly being in that White House at all, and she has absolutely no interest in being the first lady. I bet she don't, because as much as people love him for some reason, they wasn't always a stand of Melania, because everything Melania did was based off of what Michelle Obama did. And girl, you couldn't even get that together. Okay, up here stealing speeches and everything, girl. So we don't have time. We don't want to see you in there either, girl. Please hear me. We're not interested in seeing you there in the White House or as the first lady again. So that is fine with us, girl. But it seemed like, he craves for attention so much and the desire to be on top that he's not going to care how you feel. And he's going to figure out a way of how he can get back in there come 2024. And that's that on that. All I have is, honey, good luck, child. Good luck. Y'all better band together, honey, because I know they said 98% of voters in the state of, was it Georgia, have 90. I think it was in the 90s, like 98% or something like that. Everybody's registered to vote for the most part. So we'll see how that's going to turn out come the next election when it comes down to presidents and stuff. I think the governor election may be coming up at some point. I don't know if it's this year or next year, but I know what I'm doing when it comes down to being over here in the ATL, shouty, over here in the state of Georgia. Okay. So that's that. And y'all already know how I'm probably gonna vote. Anybody but you, honey. But let's go ahead and let's move on. Let's talk about the FTC. So it looks like they're finally about to do an investigation into McDonald's, honey. Because they McFlurry machines ain't been working. I'm like, girl, where y'all been? First of all, I've been stopped eating McDonald's. Now I will say this. Maybe once a year, I'll probably go get me a little fish fillet or something like that, girl. But I don't eat McDonald's like that. I've been stopped. Like, I don't know why. I just was like, I don't eat that. But anyway, with McDonald's, I feel like even when I was a kid, that machine's been down. Girl, y'all wait until now to do an investigation on their McFlurry machine. So when I see this headline and they want to check out and see why the machine's always down, for me, I'm looking at it like, oh, y'all must be going over there because y'all must got a network with somebody that's building their own machines, and you see that McDonald's having issues and you want to see how you probably can get your friend's machine into all of their stores. That's what I see when I see the Federal Trade Commission wanting to be so heavily invested in McDonald's ice cream machines all of a sudden. Okay, so they're going to do some investigations. They sent out letters to all of the franchise owners and stuff and let them know that they're going to be coming out, checking out the machines to see what's going on, because they think that it's something indeed wrong with the machine. It's not that the employees are being lazy, but they really think something's wrong with the machines. And like I said, I feel like they care about these machines decades later, years later now, because they probably got a plug for somebody else. Hello? somebody in there knows somebody, and that's why they're probably trying to get the new machines put in there. But that's what I think about that, honey. Let's go ahead and move on. Miss former Minnesota police officer, okay, she has been charged first degree manslaughter for the young guy Dante Wright. I believe Dante was on the phone with his mom at the time that he ended up being like gunned down, pulled over for like a traffic stop or whatnot. So yeah, so they're finally about to charge her with first degree manslaughter. I'm gonna like go back and revamp on this case and check it out and recall the details from the very beginning and why she only got first degree manslaughter and not second or third, so I can have a full understanding of that, as well as why it probably wasn't murder within its, you know, within itself. You know, did she really shoot him on an accident, or how did that work? So I'm going to go back and get more clarity on this particular case. But if you guys have details and everything, feel free to drop them down below. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and switch gears and move on. Okay. Let's talk about Texas. So Texas has passed this abortion law where the Supreme Court could have actually stood in and blocked it, but they chose not to block it. I believe they did like votes or something like that. And majority won to like, girl, leave these people alone, let them do what they're gonna do over there in that state, when they could have blocked it. And basically with this abortion law, what they're saying is once you're like roughly 6 weeks, whenever the doctors can hear a heartbeat, then you cannot have an abortion. And I feel like that's effed up because a lot of women don't know like that they pregnant at 6 weeks. And when you do find out that you're pregnant, it's like you already 2 weeks in by the time you find out you're pregnant anyway. So that only leaves you another 2 weeks to try and figure out your life. Okay, 2 to 4 to figure out your life. Like, do I want to have this baby? Do I not want to have this baby? Like, what if everything is going good and then you get to that 6 week mark and then your dude break up with you or whatever, don't want to have nothing to do with you, or decide he don't want a baby? Like, you know what I'm saying? Some women just don't want to bring no child into this world like that if they're not ready. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, if you don't want to do that, then protect yourself or whatever. How about you protect yourself? Because a lot of times the information people be spewing out and chastising other folks about, they be out there doing too. Okay. So that's that. And then at the end of the day, it ain't their body to make a decision. I feel like, how can you have this for women saying that, oh, you can't have an abortion by a certain time, oh, if you don't want to have a child or whatever, get on abortion, I'm sorry, get on birth control. But what about with the men? What a birth control at? Okay, why they can't go and get vasectomies at a low cost or whatever? Like, it's always y'all trying to dictate what the hell a woman finna do with her body and stuff. And that's the gag for me, because I feel like, what else is it finna be? What else is it finna be while y'all sitting over here so focused on abortion and the abortion ban? Why y'all not allowing women to get free mammograms as early as in their 20s or whatever? Why you gotta be damn near 40? I think when I went to the doctor trying to get one just to, be good, they was like, oh, you have to wait till you're 40. Has your mom ever had it? No, she hasn't. Okay, well, you can't get it. Bitch, what? I can't get it just because my mama ain't got it. What kind of shit is that? You gotta wait. Girl, that makes no damn sense. Okay. So there's that. Okay. And I just feel like, I mean, we have other things regarding health that's more important than worrying about a woman's body when she's not ready to bring in a child. And then the sad part is that the law doesn't even give leeway for individuals that may have been raped or may have been had incest, with a family member or something like that. So they can't even, child, hear me, they can't even be seen. They can't even get an abortion or anything like that. They just stuck. And I just think that's so unfair. What it's also telling me is that, okay, millennials or whoever are not having enough babies that y'all need. So y'all need a lot of people to be out here being able to carry out the legacy and the labor. And y'all not getting it like y'all were getting it when y'all had baby booms and all that other stuff. These other kids then got smart and said, listen, I'm not ready for all of that yet. Okay, these opportunities are available here for me. So go ahead and snip. I hate to say it like that. So y'all are like, we got to cut back on that. We have to put them in a position to where they have no choice but to have kids. And then when they have these kids, y'all don't even be wanting to help them out for real. Y'all don't be trying to give them like, hey, if you have 3 kids or 2 kids, we'll let you go to college for free your first year. Like, y'all have no other incentives or anything for these women, but y'all want them to go along with what y'all want. I can't even continue the conversation on the abortion thing. It's just stupid to me. Y'all out here trying to dictate what happens with somebody else's body. It's just a bit too much for me. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on the entire abortion situation. Let's go ahead and move on and talk about a sad story that came across my desk. Okay, so Michael K. Williams, an actor, was found dead in his New York City apartment. Now, I've been hearing rumors that drug paraphernalia was in the home at the time. I also heard rumors that when he passed, his nephew was right there with him. Don't know how old the nephew was. Don't know if the nephew is alive or not. Don't know if the nephew was the one that made the call to 911. But I'm sure this story is going to be developing more, because now people are saying that the drug that he had was heroin. And then now everybody's trying to link it back to fentanyl, because y'all know over there in California, it was like three people that ended up getting that died, and then one lady ended up going to the hospital for overdosing, right? So it's just a really, really sad situation. Just a really, really sad situation for everybody. And I just really hate that, because the last time I saw him, he was in Lovecraft Country. He did a really, really, really great job with that. He's a wonderful actor, or he was a wonderful actor. He's definitely going to be missed. The last time I saw him on TV was when he also did that tribute for DMX. So after that, so he did the tribute, and then I saw him also acting in Lovecraft Country, where he did a phenomenal job. So I really, really hate that for him. His presence will definitely be missed. So prayers up to him and everybody else that is losing people out here in 2021, y'all. That's all I got. My phone going dead. My mama back in the car. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing on up, honey. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.